Hi and welcome back. Today I'm going to be working on this juniper, which is actually a phoenix graft. If you find the following content helpful, then you can thank me by clicking the thanks button just below the video. It is now mid-spring and the tree is growing quite strongly, and I'm now going to just go through the tree and remove some branches and start with structurally designing the tree. Just take it to the next step. It has for the last year or so just been allowed to grow without any pruning done, just fed very aggressively, and this has obviously caused the trunk to thicken up, the live trunks to thicken up quite a bit, and also to heal over the holes that I made for the screws that attach the tree to the trunk. As you can see, the trunk is thickening up quite nicely. You can see over here where one of the holes were from the screws that are now attaching or helping to attach the tree to the trunk. And it's the wound is callousing over quite nicely. You can see here on the live trunk how it's really nicely formed to the shape of the dead wood. And what I actually did is I removed some of the interior of this live trunk, and that allowed me to get the live trunk closer and flatter to the surface of the dead trunk. What I'm now going to do is go through the tree and reduce some of the main branches that I allowed or that I kept, which helped to thicken up the trunk and also just to thicken up the base of those structural portions that I'm going to keep, that will form the future branch structure that I will use to create the design of the tree. For the second live vein or second tree, effectively, this is the line that's being followed here, and this foliage over here has obviously contributed to this grasping or visually grasping the trunk so much better. But what is happening is that this is the branch that I'm going to use to actually form the structural piece for the design of the tree, and this is starting, because it's becoming such a large amount of foliage mass, it is starting to get in the way of sun reaching this. So I need to transfer energy from this portion into this branch. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to do it all at once. I'm going to cut off this section, and then I will keep this back section, and then maybe later this season or next season I will cut this all the way back to here and just keep this portion over here. If you found that content helpful and you'd like to thank me for it, please do so now by clicking the thanks button just below the video. I've now applied some copper wire to the primary or structural branches. Obviously the tree is still got a long ways ahead of it as in development, but this is the first step or another step towards the goal. I have decided to keep this long whip in the, that is the apex. The reason for that is because I will still then promote a lot of sap flow through the length of the entire length of the tree. This will help the trunk of the tree that I've grafted onto the dead trunk to thicken up some more and to swell along the dead portion, and also it will make sure that the tree's vigor does not suffer too much from the pruning that I have now done. I definitely want more branches to fill up some of these spaces that are a little bit open at the moment. If I don't get any buds forming, any little branchlets forming adventitiously, then I will start grafting branches on. The tree, in my imagination or in my vision, will end around here. So this gin at this point is going to be the highest point of the tree. So the canopy will be in this area. So I've just given this the branch that will form the apical volume a little bit of a shape. Ultimately, this from this point will be removed. Likewise with this branch over here, it looks a little bit odd, but the point is to again promote sap flow along this live portion here to make it just fatten up a little bit more to cover the holes that were drilled. So in about a year, I imagine I will remove this section here. This will all be removed to this point, and this will be my first or primary, the branch on this portion, which will give balance to the tree. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next Friday when I upload the next video. Until then, take care and goodbye.